Sinners came together astonishingly fast. It was about Halloween last year. Ryan had dinner with all of us and he told us, I think I want to make Sinners next. And there was a very brief window of time due to all of us, having windows of opportunity. And it would have meant that Ryan would have to turn in the script to us in 2 months. And Ryan's a phenomenal screenwriter, but writing a whole movie in 2 months is pretty crazy. 2 months later, I got a script in my inbox and it was around Christmas time. I read it immediately, and the thought that I had was, wow, this is the best Christmas present anyone will ever send me.
My reaction when I first read the script was, I can't believe he turned it in on time. It was an incredible homework assignment he put on himself and then to us to help execute on that vision.
Ryan is a filmmaker who is drawn by authenticity in a lot of what he does, trying to do right by the characters in the stories, whether it's seeking consultants for their insight or really trying to find a lived-in experience we can put to screen. This film is actually what feels like the culmination of all those movies we've made. Everything we've learned over the past decade or so, all the collaborators we've worked with, all the people we've built great relationships with, it was all about taking all of that and putting it all on the table when it comes to this film, Sinners.
This is me at my most exposed artistically. This is me at a point as a filmmaker where I most know who I am as a person. It's the first film I made where I felt like I was fully formed as a human being, so to speak, in terms of identity. And I needed the best people for this.
Love you. Love you too. Be careful. I will.
And this unique role was a role that I thought only Michael could do. So when I brought it to him, it was an opportunity for us to kind of jump off this creative cliff together with no safety net.
I hit him up, try to pitch a project to him. He passed on that one and pitched me this one. I was like, all right, cool, let's do it.
I mean, it wasn't exactly like that.
No, it wasn't like that, no.
Yeah.
But say like, when Cool calls you, you pick up the phone. You know what I'm saying? And you really pay attention to what he's got to say. And I heard the pitch and I was like, oh man, this is like different. And I was a little nervous at first.
Once I shared it with Mike, and he was in, it kind of changed the game a little bit, right? Because now we have somebody who's a bona fide movie star. Now he's gonna be doing something we haven't ever seen before.
I mean, we're constantly always trying to grow, from project to project, throughout our lives and also throughout our professional career. When you're working with your friends, you never want to let them down for anything. He picks up the phone and calls and thinks about you for a certain, project, that's really, really personal to him, that means a lot to him, and he trusts you to deliver the message, to, be a part of that process. You take it seriously, and it means a lot, so.
We wouldn't have met each other if we didn't love the work, and as a result, we was able to build a bond that I think enables us to put some great stories in front of audiences.
I think what makes Michael and Ryan's collaboration so successful is trust, openness. It's not being afraid to be honest with each other, that honesty and that communication, and the accepting of it on both sides. If Michael feels a certain way about something, and even if Ryan didn't think of that idea originally, he'll want to see it, he'll let them go. Through the years, obviously that trust has grown, and I've never seen both of them so locked in.
You boys twins? Nah, we cousins.
It was almost like a heist movie and how quickly we had to find people we could trust to pull off this impossible thing. We got to going to calling all of our old collaborators.
Ryan called me and I couldn't believe my ears because he's telling me this story about a 1930s film where Michael B. Jordan is gonna play his own twin, 2 characters.
He calls me, he's got this project, he's like, it's vampires, and he's like, it's set in Mississippi in 1932, and I was like, yes.
When I read it, I texted him and I was like, this is amazing. I couldn't put it down, but anytime I have the opportunity to work with him, I'm excited about it.
And it was great because the first thing that they did was call each other. You know what I mean? So it's an incredible shorthand between those artists and an excitement to do something that they hadn't done before.
Getting a call like that, it's not only a gift, it's more like a mission to tell the story and to bring people into awareness of people in the South who made something out of nothing, who were disenfranchised, but created the blues, created beautiful music that has influenced generations and all kinds of genres.
Blues music has a very important relationship with global pop culture, with American pop culture. And with Black culture specifically, because it came out of that culture. And in this time, it's a lot of shame and pain and discomfort associated with the time. But somehow, everything that we think of today as cool and everything that we think of as being timeless and specifically American. And so I was very interested in that irony of people dealing with such intense oppression and such intense difficulty of life, but still somehow maintaining the zest for life and the affirmation of their humanity and maintaining their agency. My grandmother, my father-in-law, my uncle, you know, they were products of this place. And they were some of the most amazing people that I know, you know, and so I wanted to explore that question.